Hi my love, so today I wanted to do a haul video. It's 2017. I haven't really hauled much makeup since it started. It's only been 12 days into the actual month, but I haven't hauled anything in a while, so I figured why not kick off 2017 with a haul. So I'm gonna just get started since I do have quite a few products. Hopefully this video isn't too long, but I'll start off with face products. So let's get comfy. I do have everything on the floor in front of me because I am sitting on the floor in my room. So definitely don't mind that if I'm kind of trying to search for things. So first things first, I did pick up two more of the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealers. I did have this a while ago and I absolutely love this concealer. It's a matte finish, full coverage. It goes on really nicely. It lasts really nicely. My only gripe with this was that there's not a lot of products, so I feel like you go through it kind of quick, and then it also is a little bit expensive. So I did get this on a buy one get one at Ulta, so I did get it on a discount coupon kind of promotion deal. So I ended up picking up two of them. The two colors I have, this one is Neutralizer and this one is the light shade. So the Neutralizer just has a little bit more of a yellow undertone and the light has more of a beige to slightly pinky undertone. Absolutely love this. Definitely recommend it. It's one of my favorite drugstore concealers. And then the next concealers that I picked up, I actually don't know if I like them because I haven't tried them yet. I just picked them up today and I really haven't heard much about them. I've heard people haul them, but I haven't watched any video reviews on them. These are the Wet n Wild Photofocus Concealer Correctors, and the two shades that I picked up are light medium beige and medium peach. So the top one is the light medium beige and the bottom one is the medium peach. If it'll focus, please. There we go. The top one obviously has a little bit more of a yellowy undertone, and then the bottom one's a little bit more pink. I do like to get two shades of concealers just because sometimes I like the pinky undertone, but sometimes I like more of a yellow base to really brighten the skin. So each one works really well. I hope that these formulas actually work nicely for me because I know I've tried a Wet n Wild concealer before and I didn't love it. These ones I think are actually super inexpensive too. I think they were only $3 or $4, so super inexpensive. They come with a doe foot applicator. Let's pray that they work for me because I'm actually really intrigued to try these. Now, the last concealer that I picked up was the CoverGirl Outlast All Day, just CoverGirl Outlast All Day Concealer. It's part of their Outlast Stay Fabulous brand, I think. It's the one that came out in the blue pump. It's the 3-in-1 foundation. I really do like that foundation, so I wanted to try this out and see if I like the concealer as well. I picked it up in the shade Light Medium 830. It looks like this. It's a yellowy light undertone. I actually think this is a little steep in price. It's $11 or $12, but I hope it works well enough for me that I actually do like it and don't end up returning it. So let's pray that this one works for me. It's super new. I haven't seen any reviews on it yet, but I was really interested in trying it out, so I picked it up anyway before I checked out any reviews. So next up, I will talk about foundations. Now, I do have a few here. Now, some of them are actually foundations that I've tried in the past that I just wanted to pick up another bottle of because I've ran out. So those are things like the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse. If you know me, this is one of my favorite foundations from the drugstore. It works really well on my skin. I think it's an amazing foundation. It gives me the coverage that I want, the hydration that I want, but it's not too overly dewy, so I absolutely love it. It's super inexpensive. I use the shade 75 Natural Beige. And then the next one is the Revlon Colorstay. Now, I've tried both the oily and the normal to dry skin version. I actually don't mind either of them. I like them both. This one is the oily skin version. I do have it in the shade 300 Golden Beige. It is the new one that comes with a pump. I have not tried this shade in a while, so hopefully it does match me. I can never find a good shade in the Revlon foundations. I like the formulas, but the shades are always slightly too beige or too pink for me. So hopefully this one works, but we'll test it out. But this foundation I really do like. And then one that I haven't tried out in a while is actually one that I did a review on. I will try to link that video somewhere in the YouTube cards here. But this is the Wet n Wild Coverall Cream Foundation. Now, I know that back in the day, back in the day when this first came out, I absolutely loved this foundation. It retails for around $3 or $4, so super inexpensive, and I did really like the way that this looked on my skin. So I am going to try this out again, and hopefully I still love it, but definitely check out my review for this because honestly, it's one of the better, like really inexpensive foundations that I've tried. Now moving on, I did pick up 2 shades of the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation. I really like these in conjunction with my MAC Face and Body foundation, so mixing them together. I picked up 2 shades because these 2 shades were on sale. I normally use shade 210, but I picked up 215 Warm Beige and 305 Golden Tan. These both are a little bit like warm for me. This one's a little bit more pink. This one's kind of orange. I do have this one on my face today. So I do lighten this up with concealers and things like that, and I'll mix in other foundations with this one. But I do really like these foundations. They're inexpensive. They work really nicely. The squeeze bottle is like one of my favorite applicators. So I really do like these and definitely recommend these. Color-wise, I do normally wear 210 just in case you wanted to like get a color comparison. This one I do have on is 305, so I will look a little bit more tan in this video, just kind of forewarning you guys. And then the next one that I have not tried yet is also by CoverGirl. It's their Clean Matte BB Cream. I did get this on sale, so I do have the sale sticker right there. I got it at 530, not at 530, I got it in 530 light medium. I've heard good things about this. I watched, I think it's pronounced Sandwiches, like on her YouTube video. I watched her review on this product and she actually did quite like it. So I'm hoping it works really well for me, and we'll see. Since it was on a sale for like $3, I figured there's no way I couldn't pick it up. So we'll see how this works. And then I picked up 2 L'Oreal foundations. I wanted to try both of these. One because this one just recently came out, but this one because I feel like I'm actually gonna like this one the best out of their like pro coverage range. This is the Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. I picked this shade up in, where's the shade name? 205 Natural Beige. So I picked this one up. I do have the original Pro Matte foundation. I do like that one. It's not my favorite. It really accentuates my lines and my dryness. So I do have to mix that in with a more dewy foundation. But this one I'm hoping I can use by itself. So we're going to test this out and see how it works for me. This one I have worn. It's a little bit thicker than I would like, but I'm going to try mixing it with other foundations to see if I can get it to work for me. It's the Infallible Total Cover Foundation. And I have this again in Natural Beige, but number 305. So this one is new. A lot of people, like I've seen like love-hate relationships with this foundation. So hopefully I can really get it to work for me because I do like the coverage. I do like the like color match to my skin. The only thing is it's a little bit thicker of a mousse consistency. Whoops, I just dropped it. And hopefully I can just get it to work because for me, with like my fine lines and things like that for my dry skin, it's really hard to get a thicker foundation to look nice on my skin. So hopefully I can find a way to make this one work, and then hopefully the Pro Glow works for me. I think I'm saying hopefully like 50 million times in this video. Hopefully, I'm gonna say it again. Like, let's just pray that it's not gonna be too bad. The next one is the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation. This one I actually have been seeing a lot of promo pictures for, but I have not seen a review on it yet. I actually was in the middle of watching one, but I decided to sit down and film a video first before I finished it. I do have this in the shade 368C Golden Beige. It says medium as well, or medium warm, so I don't know if that's also part of the color selections. This one really intrigued me because a lot of people have been like really hyping this up in the promo, so I'm hoping that it works better than the other Wet n Wild foundations that I've tried, because the only one that I've liked of Wet n Wild of their like foundations or like tinted moisturizer like range has been the, what is this? What is it even called? I just talked about it, guys. I don't even know. Oh, here it is. The Coverall Cream Foundation. So this is the only one that I've liked from Wet n Wild. So I'm hoping that this one is kind of similar to this, just more of like a liquidy like texture instead of a mousse. So let's see how it works, and maybe I can do a comparison if you guys would be interested in that. So let me know in the comment section. And then my butt is hurting sitting on this floor, and we still have so much to go. I will move on to lashes. Let's just do lashes. So I picked up a few different pairs of lashes. These are actually by LA Colors, so they're inexpensive. I picked these up for around $1 each. I have a few of each like style, but I picked up the style Dainty, which looks like this, which is, again, it retails for $1, and it's number 975. Then I have Dolly, which looks like this. It's a lot like longer and more like fluffy, and this is a 973. And then Diva number 976. This reminds me of the Demi Wispies, just a little bit longer, but they do have the same kind of style, so I'm hoping that these work similar to those. And speaking of Demi Wispies, I did pick up this multi-pack of Demi Wispies by Ulta. It's just the regular Ardell Demi Wispies. I love the way that these look, so hopefully they work nice for me. So that is what I picked up lash wise. And then moving on, I picked up a lash glue. If you have not seen my review on this, I will link this in the YouTube cards and in the description bar below, but I did do a review on the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive with Aloe, but I did do the review on the one that is black. I did pick up the clear version just because I figured it would be good to have both on hand, so I do have this one now as well. I haven't tried this, so I don't know if it's any different, but I will let you guys know if it works any different than the one that I reviewed. Now, I did pick up 2 random products. I picked up 2 lipsticks. Wow! If you don't know, I am not super into lip products. I rarely ever wear lip products, but I've been hearing so much about liquid lipsticks, and I'm just like super intrigued, even though I don't love wearing lip products, but I actually do kind of like one of these. The one thing I have about this first one, which is the LA Colors Pout Lip Gloss Matte in the shade Let's Kiss. The only issue I have with this one when I tried it on was once it dries down, it's very sticky. So the issue that I had was that even though it was matte looking, my lips kept sticking together when I would talk, so it was really annoying. I did apply a chapstick over it, or like a lip gloss over it, and that really helped. It changed the texture. It made it so that it wasn't transfer resistant, but it made it look a lot better and feel a lot better on the lips. So that's the only issue with this one. But this one, which I actually really do like, is the Mega Lash Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick by Wet n Wild. This retails, I think, around $4, and it's what I have on my lips right now. I have about 3 layers on my lips right now, and I can barely feel it. It does dry down to a matte finish. It doesn't accentuate the lines and wrinkles or whatever. I don't think it settles into your fine lines or wrinkles. I think it feels very lightweight on the lips. It's very opaque. It goes on really smoothly. I really do like this. So I've only had it on for a day. It is transfer resistant. Like if I kiss my lip, you don't see anything. So it is transfer resistant, so that's something that I do like, and I actually have been enjoying this, but I don't think I'll pick up any other shades because I'm not super into wearing lip products, but it is good and I do recommend it since it actually did work a lot better than I was expecting. Now, let's move on into cheek products, and one is super far away. There we go. So 3 or 4 colors that I picked up. I got these at a Big Lots near me because I had a gift card thing. I picked up 4 shades of the Color Mates blushes. I don't know, I've never heard of this brand, but I just picked them up because they were there and I had the gift card. So I have the shade Tawny Peach, which is just a nudie peach kind of color. And then I got a light kind of lilac-y pink, which is in the shade Pink Shimmer, which it's not a shimmer blush, so I don't know what's called shimmer. That's what it looks like. And then I have a deeper rosy color, and this is Mauve Alose, I think is how you pronounce it. That's what it looks like. And that's the name, because I don't know how to pronounce it. There we go. So, and the last one is Sun-Kissed Tan, which is kind of like a more natural mauve-y tone. This would be really good for just an everyday, standard would go with anything kind of blush. So that is what I picked up there as far as blushes go. But I did pick up 3 bronzers. Now these, only one of these is marketed as a bronzer. Sorry, I'm readjusting again. The first two are actually pressed powders. So these are the Wet n Wild Photofocus pressed powders. I thought that these looked a lot like the MAC Mineralized Skin Finishes. Do they not? I thought they felt like them too. They're very silky in consistency. I picked up two shades, the two darkest shades, which are Cocoa number 828C and Dark Cafe, which is 827C. So I picked these two up. One is a little bit more red toned, one has a little bit more yellow. I thought that they both looked really nice, and I figured that these would be the ones I would use the most, just because the other colors of the powders that were more close to my skin, they didn't seem yellow enough for my skin. So I decided that I would just kind of bypass those and try out the darker shades as bronzers. And then with that, I also picked up this. It was on sale, so I picked it up just because. I picked up the Physicians Formula. This is their Miracle Wear Talc-Free Mineral Airbrushing Bronzer SPF 30 Broad Spectrum Sunscreen in the shade Bronzer. I think they have a few different kinds, but this is the one that I picked up. Alright, so we're pretty much halfway through now. The last thing as far as face products go is the CoverGirl Clean Loose Powder. I used to use this all the time. I have it in 115 translucent medium. I didn't open it yet because the lid doesn't screw on, and since I have to go back to school, I decided it would just be a lot easier to transport it in the packaging, so I left it in the packaging. And then I picked up a bunch, and I'm not going to take them out because I have like 50 of them, but I picked up a bunch of the Real Technique sponges. If you don't know, they are my favorite way to apply foundation, concealer, any type of cream face product. It's my favorite. I did have the Beauty Blender before. I think the Beauty Blender works nicely, but I do think the Real Techniques one works better, and it's a lot cheaper. So picked up a bunch of those because I had like a buy two get one and like coupons and everything. I ended up picking up 3 of them for like 3 2-packs, so I ended up getting 6 for like $10. So yeah, it was really inexpensive, so I picked up a bunch of those. Now we can move on to eye palettes. We are officially halfway through this video. I'm gonna kind of try to like rush through the last half because it's getting kind of long, but let's talk about the first one. Start at the top, the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. Now, I was so on the fence about this, and I don't have the brush in here right now. It does come with a brush. I was so on the fence about buying this because I felt like it was a nice palette. I knew I would get use out of it, but I was like, is it worth the money? And then I was like, you know what? You bought all the other Naked palettes for the same price, so of course, it's worth the money to finish your collection, right? So I ended up buying this one. I do think it's worth the money. I love the formulation of the shadows. Urban Decay has one of my favorite formulations of shadows. It works really well. It is all matte finish. So definitely love that buy. And then one that I got today is kind of like a dupe. Is it a dupe? I may do a video to see if it actually is or is comparable at all to the Ulta Beauty Matte Neutrals 12-piece eyeshadow palette. Now, if I open this up and you look, does this not look similar? Like, actually, let me hold them up next to each other so maybe you guys can see what it looks like. Do they not look kind of similar? When you swatch them out, a lot of the shades look very similar to each other. So I'm gonna do a video I'm probably gonna do a video talking about whether or not these can be like dupes for each other, because this one is only $20 and you can get a lot more discounts and coupons on this one. Like Ulta has a buy two get two right now. You can also use like their $3.50 off of 15 coupons and things like that. So you can get a lot more discounts on this than you can on the Urban Decay ones. So I'm gonna see if these are dupes. So if you want to see that video, let me know in the comments section. Now, another neutral palette that I picked up is one that I've been eyeing for like years and years and years now, it feels like. Every time I go into Sephora, I look at this, but I never purchased it because of like one fact, and I'll let you guys know. So this is the Shade and Light Eye Palette by Kat Von D. I actually absolutely love it. I don't know why it took me so long to buy it. This was really hyped up when it first came out. It's super pretty. It's all matte shades. Now, the reason that I didn't want to buy it at first was because 1, 2, 3, kind of 4, depending on your skin tone, shades in the palette are really, really light, like highlight shades. And I don't really use those shades on the lid too much. They really only end up on like my brow bone as a highlight. So for me, I was like, I'm not going to use those that much. But honestly, I really love the formulation of these shadows. And I actually did end up packing one of those onto the lid. And it actually packed onto my dry lids really nicely and was like opaque. So I actually do really love the formulation of these shadows. And I recommend this palette if you're on the fence on whether or not you should pick it up, because it does look kind of like basic in the palette. Like it doesn't look like that like really super exciting eyeshadow palette. If you're on the fence, pick it up because you're gonna love it. Just letting you guys know ahead of time. Then I picked up another one that was really hyped up that I kind of bypassed, which is the Too Faced Peanut Butter Palette. Now, I picked this one up because I had the 20% off coupon. I really wanted to get this for the longest time, but I was like, is it really worth it? And then honestly, yes, it is. I do really like it. It's not one of those palettes where I'm like, okay, I'm so in love with it that it's an everyday, like, I have to wear it all the time kind of palette. But it is one of those palettes where, like, if I had to only wear one palette, this would work for me because I love really warm tone shades. It has a good mix of matte and shimmer shades. I do really like it. The one thing I don't love about it is the shade right here, which is the jelly shade. It's kind of a sheer purple, and I really wish it was like a really opaque purple. But for the kind of look that they're going for, it definitely works in the palette, so I do still love it. I love all of the, like, warm peachy orangey shades. Those are like the bomb to me. I absolutely love them. They work so beautifully. I love Too Faced shadows, so I definitely recommend picking this up if you've been on the fence about this one as well. And then moving on into some things that released around the holidays is, we'll stick with neutrals. So I got the Too Faced Peach palette. So that was so like extra, but I picked this up. This was so hyped about since like April, and I didn't even know if I still wanted it because I was like, there was so much hype around it. It sold out so quick. It was like, is it even worth it? And then it wasn't even worth picking up because I tried to order on the Too Faced website when they first launched it, and then I was like, I couldn't get it because the wait was so long, and by the time I got there, it was sold out and all that kind of crazy stuff. So I ended up ordering it on Ulta. I was able to pick it up. I really do like it. It's one of those palettes that, again, it's not one of those things that I'm like, I have to use now. Like, I have to use it every single day since I got it. But it is a good palette. It works really nicely. It is good if it's something that you wanted to use as an everyday palette. It's just not one of the palettes that I have. Now, granted, I do have a lot of makeup, but it's not a palette that I see and I want to use every single day. But it is really good. It smells really nice. The peach is really not what I was, like, the smell of the peach in this is not what I was expecting. It's a lot more subtle and, like, it's not so peachy to me. It almost smells like candy to me, not like peaches. But, you know, obviously it's not going to smell like a real peach because it is, like, a fragrance instead of, like, actual peaches. It's nice. It's not my favorite. It is one of the better, like, palettes that are like this, like the chocolate palettes. I don't know if this you can consider part of the chocolate range, but it is one of their better, like, food smelling palettes, in my opinion. Like, I do like more shades in this than I do in some of the other palettes. Like, in the, I think it's the semi-sweet chocolate palette, the one, like, sugar candy shade, I can't remember what it's called, that's kind of like a glitter top coat. I really didn't like that. So this one, at least all of the shades, I feel like are usable, and I do like. So that is one plus to this that the others didn't have. And I do like it. I do recommend it. It's just one of those things where I think the hype was too much and it ended up making it not as exciting when I got it. Now, another product that got kind of mixed reviews, a lot of bad reviews actually, but I do actually like it. I don't know why it got so many bad reviews, is the Tartiest Pro palette. And this is the new Tarte, like, I do believe this is a permanent product, their new large eyeshadow palette. I do like it. I think it works really well for me. Even though I have dry lids, I got it to work for me pretty nicely. It comes with 16 matte shades and 4 like shimmery, like, metallic shades. I think they work really nicely. I don't really go into products like expecting anything out of them because I know some people were like, the shimmer shades wasn't what they were expecting because they were like marketing it as like a duochrome shade, and the matte shades just weren't what they wanted and all that kind of stuff. For me, it was like, if the product works, regardless of whether it works as it was marketed, like, the shimmer shades were marketed for duochromes and people were saying that this is the only duochrome. Honestly, they all work really nicely, like the 4 shimmers. I do think that they look nice on the eyes. I don't really care that like they tried to market it as a duochrome shade and it's not really duochrome. If it works nice and I get it to apply, that's all I really care about. So I know that was an issue for some people, but for me, I think honestly it's not a huge deal. I still really love the palette. I think it's a pretty good investment of your money. I don't think like it's overpriced or anything. It works really well, but definitely try it with different primers and things, because I know sometimes Tarte formulation eyeshadows can be a little hard to work with. Now, I picked up one that came out earlier that I wasn't going to buy because it is a steep price, but I figured the amount of product you get, it was definitely worth it. So this is the Metal, I think this one says, Metal Matte Palette by Kat Von D, and it's her large, like huge, I believe, I don't even know how many colors are in this honestly, but it's a huge palette. I absolutely love it. I think the formulation is great. The one issue I have with this is I feel like not a lot of the colors go together, so getting a look just with this palette is not going to be the... Okay, sorry guys, I think my camera stopped recording. I think I was recording for a little too long, but lastly, just to kind of wrap this up, I do recommend it. It's just not a standalone palette for me. So that is the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette, and then I am almost done. I promise you guys. I know it's been a long video. I only have two more things to show you and I'll be out of your hair. The one that I picked up that got a lot of negative reviews as well, but I do still like it honestly, is the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. It's a super rainbow palette. If you know me, you know rainbow colors, like neutral warm colors are my cup of tea, but like rainbow colors are like OG Gabby, like back in high school. If you knew me in high school, this is all I wore on my face all day. So I really like it. I think it's nice. I think enough of the shades work the way I want them to. Some of them do need a little work, but honestly, I really don't mind that. I'm not somebody who uses the best of best quality stuff all the time, so I'm used to putting in work for some of my products, so it's not a huge deal for me. Using sticky bases and things like that really does help out. If you aren't somebody who likes to work with eyeshadows, this is not the best for you, but I did also pick it up on sale, so I felt like that also made it a little bit more worth it. I got it for $39, I think, and I think it originally sells for like $55 maybe. I could be wrong, but I know it's around the $50 mark, so I did get it for a little bit of a discount. Now, the last product, thank you, we have made it to the end. Can we just, moment of silence for anybody who've made it this far. The last product that I got actually just came out. It is the Urban Decay After Dark palette. Oh my goodness, like I didn't even know this was coming out, and then when I heard that it was coming out, I had thought it came out already, so I started looking for it, but the release date wasn't there yet. So it was really difficult for me to try and find this palette because the dates on some like websites that I saw, like for like what release date this had, were kind of different. So it was kind of a hassle to get this, but I'm so happy I was able to pick it up. It's the Urban Decay After Dark palette. I don't know if I mentioned that, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful like jewelry tone Urban Decay palette. Now, Urban Decay is known for their jewel tones. It does have a lot of brand new shades. 3 of the shades are re-promotes. I do believe it was, is it these 3? I think it's these 3 middle ones right here. So Fringe, which is this blue one, Lounge, which is this kind of like mossy green, and then Backfire. I believe those are the re-promotes. I could be wrong, so don't quote me. But this is a really nice palette. All of them are shimmers. I don't know if this is the like replacement for the electric palette, because the electric palette has been on sale for a few weeks now, and I'm kind of scared because I really do love that palette. But the electric palette is on sale, so I don't know if this is going to be its replacement, just because it does have all of the same packaging and stuff, so it might be, but don't quote me on that. So yeah, hopefully you guys have made it through and you're still alive. Hopefully it wasn't too boring and long, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like hauls and would like to see me do more of them, definitely thumbs this video up to let me know. Also, don't forget to comment below if there's any products that you would like to see me do reviews on, if you'd like to see comparison videos, such as with the Ulta, whoop, I almost dropped it, the Ulta Mattes palette and the Urban Decay Ultimate Naked Basics. definitely let me know because I can do those for you guys. I actually do want to do a video to see if I can get the same look with both of these, because I picked this up specifically knowing that it looked like the Urban Decay palette. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Also, don't forget, if you aren't getting notified of my videos, because I know that that's been an issue for some people on YouTube, definitely click the little bell if you're watching on your phone. If you're watching on a computer, I don't know if the bell is still there. If not, there might be a notification button, but definitely click that so you guys can make sure you're notified of my videos. I don't know why YouTube has been changing their things lately, but it's really hurting some small channels who can't get their videos like to their subscribers because their subscribers are not getting notified. Now, I have a pretty small channel, and if my subscribers aren't getting notified of videos, like, I know a lot of you probably are watching this that aren't subscribed to me, but if my subscribers aren't getting notified of my videos, like, it really doesn't benefit them or me. So I don't know why that's becoming a thing, but hopefully you guys can fix that by hitting the notification button, and hopefully you guys will get notified of my videos. If not, you can follow me on my social media. All of that will be linked off below, like my Snapchat, Instagram, all of that. I will start making sure that I post on those like channels, like all those social media platforms. I will make sure I post when I do videos, because I think that'll be a little bit of an easier way for you guys. Like, if you don't get notified on YouTube, you can always like check on Instagram or Snapchat or like Twitter and things like that to make sure you're notified. Twitter always posts when I do a video, because I do make sure I have the automatic post to Twitter when I do a video. So make sure you follow me on Twitter if you want to make sure you're notified when I post videos. So after all of that, I hope you guys enjoyed again. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, everybody.